Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's tea time, episode 12. Unbelievable. It's been a few days. I had business meetings, business people, fancy stuff. But happy to be here with you guys now. And let's sip some tea. But before we do, we must boil some hot water. So let's do that. And then go over this tea. So as our water continues to heat up, let's talk about tonight's tea. Tonight's tea is Rooibos by Celestial Seasonings. The flavor here is Madagascar vanilla. It's a caffeine-free tea, and there are 20 tea bags to the box. Let's now read this tea's description. Here are the blend master's notes. Madagascar vanilla red. Rooibos is a mellow and relaxing herb whose slightly nutty flavor offers hints of cherry and toffee. In our Madagascar vanilla red tea, Rooibos is perfectly complemented by the rich flavor of another African favorite, vanilla, resulting in a sublime and satisfying tea experience. Signed, Charlie Baden, Celestial Seasonings Blend Master. Let's now read this tea's instructions. Hot tea by the cup. Pour boiled water over 1 tea bag. Steep 4 to 6 minutes and remove tea bag. Sweeten if desired. Iced tea by the glass. Pour boiled water over 2 tea bags. Steep 4 to 6 minutes and remove tea bags. Pour into a tall glass filled with ice. As our tea boils, I wanted to share this idea quickly. I think things have been changing in my life recently. Well, things are always changing, but specifically work schedule. So now I have to get up earlier, sleep a little earlier. It's all just getting earlier and earlier in the morning. What's nice about this in particular, what this reminds me of, this series reminds me of, is although other things in your life may change, it's nice to have some consistent things. So this tea review, drinking tea nightly, I have a bunch of others on my list, but whatever those things are for you, it's nice to have constant things that don't change, that contrast things that are out of your control and are constantly changing in your life. So with that, let's check if our water has boiled. So I've just added our tea bag to our boiling water. Let us wait the recommended 6 minutes and then give our tea a taste. Got another minute here for our tea to fully steep. Question that I had right away, I forgot to mention. It says that this is an African red herbal tea. Now, the color of a tea, I'm wondering is it just the color of the leaf? Because I've heard of white teas, I've had white teas, black teas, green teas. So I'm wondering what red tea means. Is that just the color of the leaf? Maybe I should Google. Great. Our recommended 6 minutes is up. Let's try this tea and see how it tastes. This tea is different, for sure. Smell a lot of vanilla, taste some of it as well. Off the first couple sips, seems like it's a little much in terms of vanilla, but let me take a couple more sips and see how it tastes. Also trying to figure out what this Rooibos, what elements that's bringing to this tea. I don't know why this tea is humorous to me. It's just a little odd. Uh, Nothing like I've tasted in the past with teas. I mean, it's kind of like a dessert tea. Uh, doesn't have like savory elements at all. Um, Sometimes that's what I'm looking for. In this case, I guess the vanilla doesn't really do much for me, and I also don't know what this rooibos really is. I mean, I'm getting kind of like a nutty flavor, but um, let me take a couple more sips and then describe exactly what flavors I'm getting from this. Yeah, so I don't love the aftertaste on this tea. I'm getting nutty elements. I'm getting some darker elements. I guess this mentioned cherry. Like it's not quite as deep as it's like a dark chocolate, or like what I mean is rich. And the vanilla doesn't honestly taste very rich. It's a cool flavor, but this tea really doesn't do it for me. But I like the fact that it's like a unique flavor that I haven't tasted in teas before. So that's kind of cool. Let me take a couple more sips and give you guys a rating. Yeah, this tea gets a 6.4 from me. Not loving it, but definitely don't hate it. It's got a very individualistic taste. Have to say that the vanilla dominates a little too much for my taste. I wish maybe I had gotten a rooibos tea that was just that and nothing else added. That would have been a cool experience, I think. Just to get even if it's a little bit mild, get just the raw flavor. But this is a nice conversational piece as a tea. Definitely will share with friends as much as possible. And glad to have experienced this tea for the first time today. Always trying to find new flavors. A lot of these tea companies have repetitious, similar flavors. I know that Celestial Seasonings has a lot of these zinger teas, which I think have just more tang to them, more sour aspects. But yeah, really interested to explore a little more. I have some teas on the back burner, on the back shelf, that I'm excited to try out soon. So those will be in the next couple of episodes. Some classics, some not so classics. But that's a review from me. 6.4 for this Rooibos Celestial Seasonings Madagascar Vanilla African Red Herbal Tea. And thanks for spending some time with me. Let's continue to sip tea and be thoughtful, caring human beings who desire and succeed at growing. So to that, I say cheers and good night.